today we're discussing welding basics and how to weld in different styles. First, you're going to want to get your gear on. I keep a pair of jeans under on top of my sweatpants and welding coat nearby. Most of the stuff you would need is fire-resistant clothing and possibly an auto-darkening helmet if you can afford. First, you want to get all this on. You want either denim, cotton, and I can't remember the rest, but there's about 5 or 6 different types of materials that you would use. While welding, you would want your clamp hooked up to something that is at least connected to, well, electrically connected to your piece that you're welding. If you want, you could use a welding cap, but you don't have to. I use it because it's easier on the head when you're wearing your helmet. I have fire-resistant and fireproof jacket, but you could do either or. It's simpler. You just need to button it up. And as soon as you're done doing that, you can put your collar up to protect from sparks, or you don't have to. It depends on what you're running, MIG, TIG, flux core, stick. You would usually use, I would usually use collar up for flux core and stick, because they have sparks mostly because of the spatter. If you're using TIG, then try to find a different video, because this is covering flux core. I might do stick in the next one, but so far all I got is flux core. When welding, you're going to want a wire brush nearby. You're also going to want a respirator. If you don't, you could cause either lung cancer or lung disease. This is my dad's garage, and you have to vent if you're in a small space like this. If I cough, that's because I didn't vent last time and I didn't have a respirator. It's one lesson you want to learn. When welding, you're going to need to put your clamp connected, and you're going to want to cut the tip of your wire just down a bit. If you have auto darkening, you're going to want to test your helmet before use. Mine works. I accidentally left it on last time, but as you can see, there would be a test button. Where is it? Right there. Now, at this point, you're going to be putting on your helmet to get to welding, make sure it fits, and then you're good. If it doesn't fit, then you're going to want to switch it out a bit. If it does, then you can just what you're going to do. $106 off Amazon. Is free shipping. If when you're welding, you're allowed to touch the tip of this, just do not touch the clamp. Unless you will get electrocuted and killed. Possibly. First, I'm going to demonstrate dragging, where you don't move the stick at all, you just go straight through. And hand dragging, you do not want to go too fast or too slow, even with the other techniques that I teach in this video. Well, you're going to want to find your wire brush and brush it off, because flux leaves a brown coat on top of it. And it's easy to remove, but you don't want to touch your piece after you're done with it, or else you could burn. That's why I'm wearing gloves. With gloves, there's a lot of spatter. You don't want to mess with anything unless you have a grinder. You want to protect the gear while grinding. But as you can see, it's not as bad. I kind of burnt through, but I'm beginner welder. I'm not classified. I just learned. Next, I will do a zigzag pattern all the way down, kind of like what you do with stick. As you can see, there will be smoke coming off from the weld. Flux is really dirty, and it's mainly the reason it's one transfer and everything. But it gets the job done at least. You want something that'll work sufficiently. Now, it's the second one over here. As you can see, it's kind of burning through the glove because the arc itself is about 2200 degrees Fahrenheit. And you don't want to touch the arc at all. I will now demonstrate the circular welding as everyone else uses. It's mainly used, but I kind of like it. It's more like I would really use it for flux. Welding. Now that the weld is completed and that we have done all three, we can shut off the welder as it causes a lot of noise. I'm getting the welder to shut off the way. It'll go away soon. But right there is the weld. You don't want to touch it. You want to set it down and let it cool unless you have a bucket of water nearby that you can dunk it in. It'll cool it down. Now after you're done welding, you would want to unscrew the back of your helmet first. Set it down carefully after shutting it off if it's auto darkening. You don't want to leave it on. You want to leave it near like UV rays, like by the sun. It's a solar charged one. But take your respirator off. Take your cap off. Unbutton your jacket. And take that off. That'll be all for this video. Yeah. Just subscribe if you liked.